Welcome to the PVE narrative with James and Josh. Listen in while they talk about the Fast franchise.
So after the race, that's when dude he invites him back to the party, I thought, right? Like the after party or something.
I think so, yeah.
And then that's when Dom starts using his Batman detective skills, figures out how to get downstairs.
And he's telling him about Braga too. The other guy is, he's like, any of these men would die for Braga. And they were like, even you? And he's like, especially me.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. and then they're like fucking, yeah, and then he does his Batman detective mode, and he's all scanning the thing, and like
he finds like the car. He doesn't eventually find like the car that he saw in his Batman vision.
Yeah, he sees it in the garage somewhere. He's like, it was a Plymouth, the 70 Plymouth. I know it.
He knew the color too.
Yeah.
How did he see the color?
I don't know.
I can accept that maybe because of the tire or something. Like this tire goes with that car or something, but the color.
He knows what lady's into. It's like, she would have got a gray one, like for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. But he sees the car and he was like, that's the one that she fucking was in or whatever.
Yep. And then Gal Gadot shows up again. I don't remember what she does. I think she was just flirting with him more.
I don't know. Maybe that's when she gives him the GPS things. And she's like, just be here or whatever. And then that's when the guy's like, if I call, you fucking go or whatever. And then they do their thing. And then I can't remember what else they're doing. Oh, he gets the fingerprints from the shot glasses.
Oh, that's right. Brian got the fingerprints
from the party.
Yep.
And he was like, one of these is Campos, and then the other one is Braga. I'm pretty sure because it was the old man was.
Oh, that's right. Because they kind of saw,
he
through
was
the door,
peeking through the crack,
and so they're pretty convinced that old man.
Yeah, that's Braga. Yeah. And then they're like running it, and he was like, "You're gonna have to go outside the agency or whatever the fuck." And she's like, "Oh, it's gonna take forever, but I'll do it because
the plot can't
figure
it out right
can't
now.
have any holes. Like, gotta tie all this shit back together."
Yeah.
So
they're like running through the system and flipping through all these pictures.
Yeah, it's a Kaiser Soze moment at the end. And you're like, oh shit, Finkel is Einhorn. Yeah, and they do that, and then they go and they get their first mission or whatever.
I think that's when they get the call from the GPS.
Yeah, and then
remember they have to I thought they had to
go to the place, and then they put the tracker in his car. Remember that? That's
right.
And then he goes to the place, and then he's like trying to get it out.
Oh, that's right.
Puts it in his drink.
His Nas drink.
His Nas drink.
They be using that Nas product placement.
Yeah, come on. So get you a Zoa. They taste like shit. Shouts out to the Rock.
I wonder if those Nas drinks got popular because of the fact, because they've been around since Fast and Furious 1. Like since Fast and Furious 1, there's always been a Nas can drink somewhere in the movie.
Give a little product placement for Zevia. These are fire if you like,
Smart water. You can't see the water, but you can see the smart though.
But yeah, I just drank a Zoa. It tastes like Red Bull.
Tastes like Nas.
Shout out to the Rock for copying those guys.
But yeah, he's like freaking out because he's trying to pull the tracker out, and he finally drops in the Nas, and that's when they get after they get scanned. Like, what kind of scanning equipment do these regular ass guys got? They got some
sort of radio signal
like
thing.
A metal detector almost.
That's what's making metal detector noises.
Yeah,
or like a Geiger counter looking for radiation or whatever. I don't know.
These thugs are over here fucking using this shit.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck this is, bro. It's like doing the thing.
If it beeps, get them,
Yeah. Punch him if it gets loud or whatever. I don't know. And then they're like doing their thing, and then they go do the mission.
But remember, they got to ride in the trucks.
Oh yeah, they ride in the trucks, and they're all just Dom's, cool.
Yeah, he's the cool one. The rest
doesn't
of them
matter. We're just fucking going where we're going. Or
yeah, because they're like, man, well, I don't like not knowing where we're going.
Yeah, where do you think we're going? Matter. It definitely does. But he's like, it doesn't matter. And then they go to Mexico or whatever and get all the shit.
Nowhere.
Yeah. And then they're like,
they give them like these cases, and they all got. Which I don't understand is those cases weren't that big. I feel like they could have got all those cases in one vehicle.
For sure. Like it has a back seat.
Maybe they want it split up so like if they don't all make it, like some of it.
I guess so. And then they haul ass back through the desert, and they got to find the blind spot when the drones or the cameras are
and this
looking.
is where it got stupid too, because that camera, remember, it was like moving real slow.
Yeah, just right behind them the whole time. It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, the flying. No, everybody was like right behind them, or like a mountain would get in the way or something like that. And the cops or the border patrol's like, "There's something out there, but we don't see it."
Fucking Metal Gear Solid cars. What was that noise? They're like a bunch of cars with heroin in them,
and they're all hauling ass in a straight line. For some reason, though, I still don't remember why. Why does Dom get out of the line? Remember, he gets out of the line on the side. He passes up some cars, so now he's like a little further, but he's not in the front. He's still behind.
I think he was trying to fuck with the guy, the Phoenix guy. I don't remember exactly what was happening, but then when they get to wherever they're going, that's when he like busts the thing off of his little tank, his NOS tank or whatever, busts the valve off or whatever, and then blows his car up, doesn't he?
No, that's not at that part, because this is a part where they're just driving. They got.
But I'm saying like after they make it through the tunnels.
Yeah.
I don't know why he did that. Like he just.
Well, I know he did that because he was trying to get away. Remember on that scene, because that's towards the end though. That he was trying to get away from those guys.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying like why he got out of line or whatever. I don't know why he did that.
I think he did it because
just flexing on him or something.
Yeah, he don't like being last. Because I think
nobody
he was last.
tells me what to do.
He got like in second or something. Like cut somebody off, and then they drive through the mountain, through this mountain bridge. And I'm thinking that shit had to be expensive to build. You know what I'm saying? It looked just like a mountain, and then it's like through radios and everything.
Nobody noticed the whole ass mine shaft going through there.
Yep. And they're driving way too fast to that mine shaft.
Yeah. It reminded me of, I used to play this Hot Wheels racing game back in the day on like PlayStation 1 or 2 maybe. And it looked pretty similar to that.
That's probably where they got that idea.
Yeah, it was like going through the mine. I might be making that up, but I feel like that was real.
I'm gonna find it.
Yeah, I think it was Hot Wheels. It was some sort of racing game, but it was like through a mine and shit. And I was like, this looks vaguely familiar.
No, I wouldn't be surprised. Because they do use a lot of tropes in it.
Yeah.
But yeah, they get through the mines. All of them get through. I don't think anybody crashed. They got like close calls, and like Brian like had a couple of close calls, but I don't think no one crashed on that first one. They all
made it, I think.
And then they all get meet to the place on the U.S. side.
And then that's when he blows up his car.
Oh, okay, that's why. You know why he? Now I think the reason he took his NOS tank off, because he used his Batman detective skills, figured out these guys are going to just kill us, so this is going to be my escape plan. I'm going to cause a distraction.
Yeah.
The fact that he knew that they were going to do all that, I guess it did look shady and stuff, because it was like in the middle of the night.
Okay, let's all meet up and just
all the guys on the other side that were carrying guns, they still ain't really explaining anything. They don't even know what's in the cases and stuff. And the guys, and then the old greasy gangster guys like line up with his gun and stuff. And then that's when he starts getting in Dom's face.
It's like, I killed her. Yeah. And then he's like, oh, bitch. Well, my Batman detective skills told me you were going to say that. So then he blows up the car. I can't remember how he blows up the car. But
it was like it was a cigarette lighter. Remember, he pushed it in. And he knew.
He just knew exactly. Yeah.
As soon as it blows up, hits dude in the face.
This is a 1972 whatever Charger. Like, these have a cigarette lighter time of 15.8 seconds.
Yeah, he knows everything about cars.
He's like Denzel Washington in that one movie where he hits his watch.
Equalizer.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah, Dom always makes the perfect decision, and that was the perfect decision because it got him out of there.
Yeah, blows up. They like punch each other a couple times, and then fucking homeboy steals the Hummer thing or whatever it was.
Oh yeah, is it Brian?
Yeah, Brian steals the Hummer thing, and he's like, "Get in!" And then he jumps in, and then they jet out, and then that's when they make the deal to be like, "Hey, we want to, I think he has to go convince the FBI to let him make the deal with the heroin because they want to just seize the heroin or whatever."
Yeah, and he's
trying to get Dom off too or whatever too.
Yep, and he's also, they're like 100% sure that bodega guy or whatever his name is that old man. He's gonna be there at the deal.
Yeah. So that's like, we can flush him out.
They had like the whole SWAT there all set up and ready to go.
Yeah, and then they get there, and then the guy's like, they were like, "Oh, were you wearing pink when you were fighting your way out of the barrio?"
That's right.
It's like, just like pussy wearing pink. Like, I know you ain't no gangster. The cartel dudes don't wear pink, you fucking bitch. And then
Yeah, why'd he say that?
I don't know. That's
It's an old movie.
out of all the things, it's like you wearing pink and you're fighting out of the barrio. I was like, what? Like he's rich, bro. Rich,
Yeah.
like what? They can wear whatever they want. Like what are you talking about?
Yeah, he didn't like the pink though.
Yeah, they're like thinking what I'm thinking, and then they're like, he's not Braga, and then they fucking start shooting, and then they realize,
Because no, I don't think they realized it. I think Brian realized it and Dom realized it, but none of the cops realized it because they still capture that old man. They're not really listening to him and stuff like that.
Is that when the lady gets the fingerprints, or is that later on in the movie?
No, because of the fingerprints, she got the fingerprints. It matched up with the old man. That's why they were like, "This is him," but they didn't know that old man's name. They thought.
Oh yeah, well they were waiting for the face.
Yeah, they were waiting for the face.
Like it's coming by fax. Like faxes don't take that fucking long. Like,
yeah, you're right. It was coming by fax, and it was taking a hell of a long time. And it wasn't until like after they got dude in prison did it print out the face. And by then, the real Braga was long gone. And I
think it was like right as they were the deal was going down. Like, I think it was like right when they started shooting. The lady was like, "Oh fuck!"
Oh, that's right.
And then
contact
like this shit went down. And then homeboy gets away, and then they're like, "You're in deep water, O'Connor," again.
Oh
like,
yeah, because they're pissed off because he had him doing this whole operation for the wrong guy.
"You're in thin ice, guy," or whatever. And then
I think he beat his partner up. His FBI partner said some shit to him. Whenever he's like, and then Brian like gives him a 1-2 combo, slams his face in.
I think that was earlier, but yeah, he doesn't do that. He like bashes him into the wall, whoops that dude's ass. Yeah, guy's like, "You're bleeding on my floor." I remember the older cop guy told him that. And then what do they do?
Oh, that's when Connor, they're pissed. They're totally pissed, and the captain's like, "There's nothing I could do about it now." And remember, like 2 other higher FBI agents, I thought, came, talked to Brian, and then Brian tried to convince him that he still knew where the other dude was, but they weren't having it, and they were like, "No, you're done.
You're done. Drop the case."
Yeah, that's right.
Some shit like that. Yeah, and then that's when he's like, he goes and finds Dom, which the whole time Dom's a wanted criminal.
Yeah, he just goes to Dom's sister's house, and there's Dom.
And he's just he's just hanging at his sister's house, working on the car in the garage, fucking garage wide open, like nobody noticed.
He apologizes to his sister.
Yeah.
And then he was kind of cool with Dom for a minute there until he told him that Letty was talking to Brian, trying to get information.
Yeah, he was trying to. What were you gonna tell me?
Yeah.
Did it for you, bro.
Yeah,
he was whooping his ass.
He should have said family. He would have stopped immediately.
For the family.
He didn't say family though.
Your mom's name is Martha too. I'm like fucking.
Perfect.
And then they go and then they go to Mexico, right?
Yeah, because for somehow they figure out that Bodega guy. Oh, because Gal Gadot is still in the inn, and she's contacting them. And she
I must have skipped over that part because I remember them being like, he's like, "I'm going with you," and he was like, "I'm not coming back," and he's like,
"Yeah,
I'm a crooked cop. I'm fucking down for whatever." So then they go, but then they just show up at a church. And
because before they go, they meet Gal Gadot somewhere in Mexico on a mountain. And remember, she gives them the information. She tries to flirt with her one more time.
I do remember that. I wasn't listening, but I do remember that.
Yeah. And then remember, she has her own little streetcar racer too.
Yeah, her Porsche thing. Yeah, it's pretty sweet little ride.
Yeah, it was pretty sweet. And then that's when they got the information. That's when they go drive and show up to the church. But before they show up to the church, they show Bodega coming in there, giving the priest a bag of money, and the priest doesn't want to take it. But
he's like, "Gracias," like all scared.
And then he wants like some kind of blessing. But what I don't like about that Bodega guy, he's just too goofy. He was always smiling. He was always like,
he's like, "Braga, fucking like he talks in a weird cadence. Like nobody talks like that. Like you're talking like the bad guy. Like stop talking like the bad guy. Like you're a shitty bad guy."
I didn't like it. It was something about him. I like even after they finally get in there.
It was like he was doing a shitty Scarface impression, but like with no accent or something. I don't know. It was weird. I didn't like it.
I didn't like it either. And then how they Brian and them, they show up, and then didn't they have to beat up some dudes to get to him first, or is he just?
They're just in there, I think,
and then
then
he's just in there praying
because he's in there praying, and then they walk up on him with the shotgun, and they're like, and then of course he does the fucking. I was laughing when he started doing it. He does the cliche fucking. Me and you aren't so different. You and I, that typical bad guy. We're the same person speech.
Try to buy him off or whatever.
Yeah. And he was like, "You're no hero," and then he was like, "That's why you're gonna go across the border." And then O'Connor looks at him like, "Oh shit, he's gonna do the right thing." And
because he thought for sure.
Thought we were just gonna blast this guy.
Yeah, O'Connor was like standing in the back, like not looking a little bit. Like, that's
the plastic wrap. What? Going back across the border?
I didn't plan for this. So and then that's when Bodega is like, "You ain't gonna make it across the border with all my men or boys or whatever." And then so
that's when they slip out the back, and then the guy's like, "He sure is praying a long time," and then goes in there, and they're like, "Oh fuck!" They just see the door open, and then they're just immediately, that's like, you didn't go check, like, "Hey boss, are you out here?" Like they didn't even. He just saw the door was open and freaked out.
That's all I didn't know. He would never leave that door open.
He would never do that. He would never go out the back door. Then they start fucking
hauling
jetting out. Yeah, and then somehow Phoenix guy fucking.
Well, they called him. Remember they
called him, but somehow he's right there, like, not immediately.
Just him too. It was
a whole army of people. Yeah,
they were all these crazy vehicles.
Yeah, the dude in a big gold Cadillac or whatever it was. Like they all just are there immediately. Like you would think they would have had a fucking 10-minute head start at least, but then they're like right on their ass, and then they start like doing a bunch of wild shit. And then the one dude starts crashing his own people because they're shooting at the car. He's like, "Don't shoot the boss!"
Yeah, he was screaming at the boss. But what I didn't like was when he was shooting at the car with the boss, that Bodega guy was just laughing the whole time.
Yeah. "Oh, you're gonna make it? You know where you're going?"
Yeah.
Like, fucking shut up, bitch.
I was like, "Shoot, your life's on the line now."
You're getting shot at.
Yeah.
Like, trying to drive. Yeah. But then the part that annoyed me with that is he like waited to the end to knock him out. Like once they were already like,
once he'd been talking all that smack, I'd have been knocked him out.
Yeah, immediately. Or like pistol whipped him or something. Like, shut the fuck up.
Like, don't say nothing.
Yeah. Say it again. Like, and then they're like driving, and the part that really fucking made me mad was they were cruising, and somehow like those dudes just, I don't know how they did it, but they just and got up in front of Toretto or whatever, and then they like sandwich what's his name's car with the boss in it, and they're trying to crash him, and then fucking Dom was with the shotgun, and he's like blang, and then shoots out the window, and then somehow shoots the tire, but the car goes boom and flips, and it's like, what happened?
Each shot was like an extreme explosion.
Boom.
And he was just shooting tire.
The car flips, and what happened? What the fuck? It blew a tire.
Super boom stick. That's not a normal shotgun he was using. And then, top speed in the desert.
And then it's just them and the bad guy, and they're like chasing each other because he's like, "Get out of here, Brian," or whatever, and then they haul ass into the tunnel. They're doing their thing.
Before they got to the tunnel, Bodega guy's like, "Are you sure?
Yeah.
You sure you know where it's at?"
He's like, "You better hold on. This is gonna hurt a lot, probably, or whatever."
Yeah, they just bust right through it. It would have been funny as hell if he wasn't sure.
Fucking roll the credits.
Dom gets away.
Yeah.
But
that'd have been in poor taste. I think what's his name died right after that.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
But or in the making of that one, maybe. I don't know.
It wasn't that one, because he was definitely in 5.
Was he in 5?
Yeah,
I don't remember.
So it had to have been 6.
Okay. Yeah. But then they go and they're hauling ass through the tunnels, and then the best part of the movie gets there because they crash after they get out of the tunnel. The dude crashes them. They flip the car.
Oh, that's right.
The boss somehow doesn't break his neck because he didn't have a seatbelt on, but he's just like, "Get me out of here!" All fucked up.
Yeah, and like Brian's like jacked up.
Yeah, he's like unconscious or whatever. And then they go and he gets the boss guy out, and then he goes and he gets Brian out, and then as he's about to whoop his ass.
Yeah, I think he did get a couple licks in.
Yeah, he did. He kicked him in the head.
And I think he was going to shoot him or something.
Yeah, he's about to shoot him, and then that's when Dom comes with the other guy's car because he jumped. Yeah, he jumped out of his car into the other guy's car.
He jumped like he timed it so his car was going to hit the wall, explode with the other cars behind him, and yeah, he jumped from window to window.
He gets up, he's driving like a badass, gets up next to the other guy, opens the door to his car.
Yeah, he opened the other guy's car.
Yeah, door. Some shit. Opens his door, opens the other guy's door, and then he's driving, and then he just and then dives into the other guy's car, somehow whoops that guy's ass or pushes him out the other door.
Somehow.
And then
he took out basically all the other bad guys.
Yeah, and then his car crashes, explodes, then the tunnel starts collapsing, fucks up all the other bad guys that didn't get it in the...
Oh yeah, he barely got out himself.
Yeah, he barely got out. and then he comes out, and then that's when dude's about to shoot him, and then the guy sees Toretto coming in the other guy's car, so he starts shooting at him, and then that's when he's like, oh, fucking family, and puts it in whatever gear.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't block the bullets.
After he's already hauling ass, like, all right, I'll buy
and he jumped out of that thing too. He had to bust out of that cave.
Yeah. I'll buy the one where you're going like off the starting line doing the wheelie, but he was going like 60 miles an hour already, and then he's like, Bob, and then smashes into him because what's his name was holding his leg.
A car he's never driven before.
Yeah, somebody else's car. Fucking just, it'll do it. Like fucking.
Yeah, he knew what kind of car it was, so he knew it's all his capabilities.
Yeah. Brian's holding his leg with his face right down there by his leg, and then the fucking car comes, smashes into the ad guy, somehow doesn't hit Brian at all.
That's right, because Brian was just a little bit off to the side.
Yeah.
Enough.
Could have fucking murdered that guy.
It would have ran his head.
Squished as well. Or at least his arms. He'd be like, Mom, she'll never drive again. I'll never hug the family. Like, yeah, and then that's when they go and they're like, they don't even montage it. It's just like a bunch of just skips like, oh, good job. You caught the bad guy, but you're still you're on thin ice still, O'Connor. And like,
yep. And then that's when I think did he finally get kicked off the force? I think he finally got kicked, or he just quits. One or the other. Like, I don't know if he quit or did any of that yet, because he's still like, I think he's at the dude's trial and he's talking, because he goes to Dom's trial or whatever, or sentencing or whatever. Yep.
Then the judge is like, well, Agent O'Connor said this and this
with all your recommendations and stuff.
Yeah, and he was like 25 to life. Like,
yeah, he's like, one good.
Fuck you, O'Connor. Your opinion means shit.
25 years, fucking.
You're on thin ice anyway, buddy.
Dom's looking like fucking all broody. He's like, extreme brute.
Because he's like, I'm not running no more. He's like, why? Like, and then continues to run for 5 more movies.
Well, because at the end of it, you know, Brian and his sister, and the 2 Mexican guys.
Yeah, they go, whoa, fucking hauling ass.
And you can tell that they don't show the escape.
But the part that did annoy me is he was also in another Charger. He was in Dom's car that fucking blew up in the tunnel.
Was that the same? Did Dom take that car with him? That was the one he was working on at his sister's house?
I thought. Maybe not.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was a different one.
But it looked like the same one.
He likes those cars.
It's the one he always tried. Yeah. Like, I got a fuckload of those things.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget, fools, to like and subscribe.